The introduction of submarines to co-op and ranked battles is a significant new feature of Update 0.10.7. To fight a battle playing a submarine, you need to check out the armory once a day to claim 3 types of free random bundles there. They will drop either coal or 2 submarines. The bundles will be updated every week. The new ranked battle season will start a week after the update is released. Before the start of the season and during it, you will have a chance to try out the mechanics of the new ship type and practice your tactics in co-op battles. Some words about the controls. The movement keys are similar to those for surface ships. The F key is for surfacing, C for diving, numeric key 1 for sonar pings, and 2 for torpedoes. There are 4 submergence levels for submarines in battle: surface, periscope depth, operating depth, and maximum depth. The amount of time that a submarine can spend underwater is limited by her dive capacity. Different submarines have different dive capacities. Dive capacity depletes more rapidly if you're spotted underwater. While on the surface, a submarine gradually restores her dive capacity. If a submarine's dive capacity is totally depleted, she will automatically surface. In addition to restoring her dive capacity, a submarine can capture key areas while on the surface. However, it's important to keep in mind that submarines are most vulnerable to enemy shells, torpedoes, and bombs at this submergence level. Enemies can also strike submarines at the periscope depth, but at this level, submarines become harder to spot and can move at full speed. The periscope depth is perfect for quickly and stealthily taking up an attack position. The operating depth is ideal for attacking a target you've already spotted, because submarines are slower when at this dive level. Finally, dive to the maximum depth when you need to escape from danger. The enemy won't be able to spot you there. However, at the maximum depth, you'll only be able to spot other submarines, and only those that are within your guaranteed acquisition radius. While underwater in battle, remember to activate the hydrophone by pressing the T key. It highlights the underwater topography and displays ships, including those that are located beyond the underwater visibility distance. Note that the higher the tier of a submarine, the faster she can sail while underwater. Also, higher tier submarines are as effective at the operating depth as they are on the surface. Submarines' main armament is acoustic homing torpedoes. Here's how they work. After firing torpedoes at an enemy, you should immediately emit a sonar ping at the enemy ship silhouette. An accurate ping will highlight part of the hull, and the launched torpedoes will home in on this sector. Homing can be both horizontal and vertical. In other words, an acoustic homing torpedo is able to rise from the depths and strike an enemy. By the way, you can emit a sonar ping before firing torpedoes as well, especially if the target isn't far away and your torpedoes haven't reloaded yet. The homing duration for a highlighted ship sector is limited. To prolong the effect, you need to hit the target with another sonar ping. If you hit the same sector with a sonar ping twice, this will not only prolong the homing time for torpedoes, but also increase the damage that they inflict. A sonar ping can be emitted from any depth, and it can even be emitted at a target located above a submarine. To hit your target successfully, you need to take a lead on it. During Update 0.10.7, Tier 6, 8 and 10 submarines of 2 nations, the US and Germany, will be available to you. US submarines are distinguished by their long-range torpedoes and small number of available loaders, which affects the overall torpedo reload time. Besides this, US submarines can boast of having high sonar ping velocity, pretty good maneuverability, and the availability of the enhanced rudder gears consumable that allows submarines to move quickly between diving depths. German submarines, unlike their US counterparts, have a more modest torpedo firing range. To balance this, their full torpedo salvo loads faster, due to them having a large number of loaders. German submarines also carry hydrophones with a larger range and longer duration. In addition to this, consumable is available to them, which temporarily stops dive capacity depletion. That's it for how to play submarines. Now let's talk about how to fight against these lurking hunters. To begin with, let's find out what happens to a ship when she's attacked by a submarine. A surface target always knows the approximate direction from which torpedoes have been launched. An indicator is activated that's similar to the operation of the radio location skill. The homing effect of a sonar ping can be removed by using Damage Control Party. While this consumable is active, a second hit with a sonar ping also won't have any effect. Acoustic torpedoes stop homing and start moving along a straight course when they get close to their target. This means that you can try to avoid being hit by suddenly changing course or slowing down. You can use different types of armaments to attack a submarine. For example, most destroyers and some light cruisers carry depth charges. To deploy them, you need to approach a submarine and press the G key. Besides this, some battleships can call in anti-submarine warfare aircraft by pressing numeric key 4. Once this armament is activated, the battleship's in-game camera rises up, enabling you to select an area within a 10 to 12 kilometer radius. After selecting the target area, aircraft will arrive and drop depth charges. As we've already mentioned, a submarine spotted on the surface or at the periscope depth can be attacked with shells, rockets, bombs, and ship and airborne torpedoes, as well as by ramming. The surveillance radar and hydroacoustic search consumables are also efficient in countering submarines. Surveillance radar can spot a submarine on the surface and at the periscope depth, while hydroacoustic search can spot her at all levels, except for the maximum depth. Being spotted causes a submarine's dive capacity to deplete faster, which will eventually force her to surface. Submarines have come a long and thorny way through several stages of testing. The new Ranked Battles season represents a huge step forward for this ship type in the game. Master submarines, come up with your own new winning tactics for them, and be sure to share your impressions in the comments section below this video, as well as on our other social platforms. Submarines are already available in the game. Batten down the hatches and prepare to dive, captains.